Iran has fired more than 1,000 Medina missiles and drones so far at the Gulf countries, and at least a dozen civilians have been killed here since this war began. And what really stood out to me is that almost all of them so far have been foreign nationals or migrant workers.
Wow. And Vivian, you are based in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. You've been covering these strikes from the start. Why is it that the people most affected by these strikes have been migrant workers?
Migrants and foreign nationals make up the largest proportion of the population in the Gulf countries, more than 50% across the whole region. Of the foreign populations in these countries, a large number of people are kind of lower paid migrant workers. There's a neighborhood near here in Riyadh called Batha, where I was reporting earlier today, and it is really kind of the immigrant center of Riyadh. It's the place where there's huge numbers of Pakistani, Indian, Nepali, Bangladeshi workers and families. They're working in kind of essential jobs that put them in a more exposed position. Sanitation workers, drivers, people who are not able to shelter at home. They're also more likely to live in overcrowded housing where there are insufficient exit routes. So if there is an attack, if their building catches fire, or if a piece of missile or a drone falls where they live, it's harder for them to escape. One of the cases that we covered was a man named Reeb Zaman, who was from a remote village in Pakistan and had immigrated to the United Arab Emirates a couple of decades ago. He was killed when debris from a missile that had been intercepted fell onto the ground.
So, with these ongoing attacks, are migrant workers sort of likely to leave now? And what do these strikes mean for the Gulf economies?
So much of this economy in the Gulf is underpinned by confidence, right? Investor confidence, financiers' confidence that this is a safe place to do business in a turbulent region. And these attacks have really kind of shaken that image. That said, particularly in Saudi Arabia, where I am, life has really continued as normal for the most part. Some of the migrants that we interviewed expressed feelings of great fear, but we also talked to a lot of people who said they still feel that their work and their life in the Gulf is safer than where they came from. For a lot of the migrants that are here, the kind of income that they send home is a real lifeline for their families. And that is what continues to draw people to the Gulf, even though there are a lot of risks involved.